All right, welcome to our Barton College student panel. I have with me many of our great students that are here to share their story and their Barton experience with you guys. So I'm going to let them start introducing themselves and give you a little bit of who they are. So we'll start with Taylor.
Hi everyone, my name is Taylor Medlock. I also have my cat Hazel with me, so she may make an appearance. I'm from Sanford, North Carolina. I'm a senior biology major, and I'm involved in a lot of things on campus. I'm our current student government president. I'm also involved in a sorority. I'm a student ambassador, was a member of the orientation team, science club, and I'm also part of the cheer team.
My name is Irene Henriquez. I am a junior double major in business and psychology from Silver Spring, Maryland. I am also involved in all the things like Taylor. I am a part of SGA, so I'm the junior class representative. I'm on the orientation team. I work in the admissions building in like all different positions. I am also in charge of social media for campus life and a part of the psychology club.
My name is Alessandro Gerbino. I am a junior and double major in business and biology. I'm from Borlänge, Sweden, so quite far away from Wilson, North Carolina. I'm part of the men's tennis team and also the honors program at Barton.
My name's Amanda. I'm from High Point, North Carolina. I am a junior in the nursing program, and I am a bio minor, and I am on the women's soccer team.
My name is Jonathan Moss. I am a junior photojournalism major from Richmond, Virginia, and I'm also heavily involved in campus. I'm a residence assistant, orientation leader, and now the coordinator this year. I'm a student ambassador, and I'm also the men's swim team captain.
Morgan.
Hi guys, my name is Morgan Tripp, and I'm from Newburgh, North Carolina. I'm a theater major, and I'm a freshman at Barton College. I'm a student ambassador on campus. I'm on the orientation team. I'm in Presidential Leadership Fellows, otherwise known as PLF, and I'm in the pep band.
My name is Nicholas Tu. I am a freshman nursing major from Wilson, North Carolina. I'm a student ambassador. I'm on the orientation team, and I'm also on the dance team.
So I wanted to go ahead and ask you guys just first, maybe how you heard about Barton, why you chose Barton, and kind of what other schools were you looking at, and what made you end up here at Barton?
I heard about Barton from my 8th grade social studies teacher. I worked at a grocery store in high school, and she came through my line. I was originally looking at mostly out-of-state schools. So I was looking at Clemson, the University of Alabama, and my intended major at that time was nursing. I thought I wanted to be a nurse. And she told me I was crazy, that there's this great school in North Carolina, an amazing nursing program, and that I should take a look at it. And that just happened to be Barton. So I toured the campus and I fell in love with it. So after all this pandemic stuff is over, you have to come by. It is amazing and beautiful. But when I toured campus, that's when I really got to get a feel for it. So I applied to all different types of schools, large ones, small ones, like Campbell, UNC Pembroke, ECU, again, Alabama and Clemson. But Barton really made me feel like I could make it my home. I knew I wanted to be super involved on campus, and I knew I could do a lot of things at a small school like this. And so that's kind of why I chose Barton, because I knew I could make it my own experience.
Awesome, thanks.
For me, I chose Barton mainly because it was a free application. So I was online on College Board, and it fit all the criteria that I was looking for. So it was fairly small, gave a lot of financial aid, and it was in a different state that was not Maryland. So I applied, I got a call that I got accepted, came for an accepted students open house. And from the moment I stepped onto campus, it was completely different than what I had expected. Barton was like, I think last on like my list of schools. Out of the 7 that I applied to, it was like the last one that I was like, oh, not gonna go here. Stepped on the campus, immediately they were engaging. They knew my name throughout all of the open house. And then my dad was actually the one that told me that I needed to come to Barton because they made him laugh. And then the rest is history.
So the process for an international student is a bit different. So I was talking to multiple schools all over the United States, and what made Barton different was probably the size of the campus, because I didn't want to go to one of those schools with like 30,000 students. I wanted it to be more personal because I came from a bigger school and the professors didn't know my name, so that was I didn't really like that. Also, Barton seemed to be investing quite a lot in their athletic teams, which obviously for a tennis player, that's quite important. And then I just liked the look of the school, and all the people that I talked to seemed really nice. So in the end, the choice was quite easy to make.
I heard about Barton through my cousin. My older cousin goes here and she runs track. And I also heard about it through my college fair at school. I'm a theater major, so I was looking for smaller schools because a lot of the big schools that I know in my state, like they don't offer a theater major. And I wanted a school that had a good balance of athletics and art.
So since I'm from Wilson, I've basically grown up on Barton's campus my entire life. When I was looking for colleges, I had three in mind. I was looking at Elon University, Lees McRae, and Barton. After touring all of them, I narrowed it down to two, and what it came down to was what felt most at home and where will I be able to succeed with the major that I intend, and how can I make the best of this experience. And Barton was the best option for me in that time. So that's why I chose it.
So I first heard about Barton through a swim recruit email. The swim coach contacted me. And so I kind of just did a quick Google search and I found the images of Barton and it looked really aesthetically pleasing. And it was a small school, which was what I was looking for. I had been looking anywhere from the state of Pennsylvania all the way down to North Carolina. That was my range since I live in Virginia. I didn't want to be too far from home. And so basically, like I said, I was looking at smaller schools to mid-range schools, and I just drove up to Barton's campus one weekend, actually when I was headed that way towards the beach. And my mom and I drove around, and we happened to find an orientation session that was taking place. So we were walking around, and I saw how the orientation leaders were interacting with one another. And I was like, Mom, I love these people. Like, they seem so cool. This is totally me. And so since then, it's history. And yeah, I love Barton. And now I'm also on the orientation team, so fun.
I heard about Barton through recruiting as well. I went to a soccer ID camp and the coach was there, so I talked to him for a while. I knew I wanted to go small school, so I was looking at like places in North Carolina like Catawba and Lenoir-Rhyne and also Queen's University. So I knew I wanted to go small, and then I came to Barton and they were super welcoming, like everyone said. I just fell in love with the atmosphere. And I think the thing that kind of set it aside from all the other schools was that I got to sit down with the dean of the nursing program and I got to talk to her, and she also said that I could pursue nursing while playing soccer. So it was a given for me.
What is your favorite tradition or event that we hold on campus?
So my favorite event or tradition is the glow-in-the-dark Easter egg hunt that happens once a year around the Easter holiday. And so basically all the students will line up in the student center with a basket or bag, whatever they choose, and we will be released, and all the eggs glow in the dark, and some of them have cash prizes. And actually 2 years ago, I found a $50 egg. So that was so nice. It's a lot of fun.
Lighting of the luminaries is one of my favorites. So that is actually centered around the Christmas holiday season. And it's when we light our Christmas tree on campus. But that day, we have paper lanterns put out, and weeks before, we have a big event where all students are invited to help set up for it. And then that night, when it's dark and the sun is set, they're all lit on campus, and it's just so beautiful. I can't even describe it, honestly. But is also the SGA president who gets to light the Christmas tree. And so this year I got to light the Christmas tree, and that was one of the most special moments for me. But then my second favorite one is definitely Day of Scholarship. So I'm a huge nerd, so I love doing research and just learning. If I could be a career student, I would. And so Day of Scholarship is just this day where all classes are canceled and students are encouraged to present the research that they've done over the past semester or year. And it's a great opportunity. Students can earn scholarships for it, to do their research and conduct it and things like that.
For me, my favorite Barton kind of event / tradition is Night of the Golden Bulldogs. It is typically happens at the end of the school year, so around April, right before exams happen. And it's a time of recognition where all of our clubs and organizations get to recognize, certain members of their organizations. But it's also my favorite because Student Government Association gets installed there. And so it's a really special moment because the president's there and some of the vice presidents as well.
My favorite event must be homecoming, because it's just amazing. So a lot of people come to Barton then, so the campus is basically packed, and then they put up this big tent and they have a live band, and then there's just this dance going on for the most of the night, and it's just amazing. People are so happy. You can meet people of all ages. They were students there for like 40 years ago, but still they come to the homecoming. That's pretty nice. So I think that's a really cool event.
One of my favorite events is the Valentine's Day Build-A-Bear. During Valentine's Day or around the holiday, they have stuffed animals, and we go visit different stations, talking about love and relationships and just how to be better during the Valentine's Day holiday. And then after you go visit each station, you get your stuffed animal, and you get to stuff your own Build-A-Bear yourself. It's so cool. I still have mine. It's awesome. I love it.
My favorite event that we have at Barton is Day of Service, and it's basically a time for our Barton community to give back to our Wilson community. So we'll have different sports teams, clubs, and organizations get together, and we'll go to local schools or businesses and help out with anything that they may need. And I just think it's an awesome time where to see our whole Barton community come together and help people who need it.
Since I've basically been on Barton's campus since I was born, for the past 5 years, I think I've been going to Greek Sing every year to go watch all of our sororities and fraternities compete. And it's one of my favorite things to go watch.
Your favorite or most surprising class?
Surprisingly, my favorite class right now is evolutionary psychology. I went into it not knowing what it was about or what exactly we were going to talk about, but essentially we learn about evolution through a psychology point of view. And it's interesting just the conversations that we're able to have, and the type of instruction is very unique to the class. It's not just lecturing, it's more so actually talking about what each subject is. And so I feel like I know a lot about the human mind and how it works because of that class. But another one was my bowling class my freshman year. So I took it because it's one of the requirements to take a fitness or a life sport class, but I didn't know what I was going to do going into it. We went to a bowling alley, and I suck at bowling, and I think I'm pretty good. I've improved. I no longer get single digits. I now get double digits in bowling. So yes.
My favorite class, of course, is the science class because biology is my major. And I'm a decisive, so it's a three-way tie between microbiology, genetics, and cell biology. Those three classes really help shape what I love about science, the research techniques that I really like, and what I want to do in my future.
My favorite course ever so far at Barton is Professional Photography 1. So I actually took that my sophomore year in the fall semester, and it really enabled me to advance my portfolio. I actually got to shoot for a ping pong table company, and my photos ended up on Amazon. So that's pretty neat. And then just a course that was really fun. I took an Ireland travel course over spring break. Each year they travel somewhere different. And I have fallen in love with Ireland traveling, and I had the best time of my life with my friends. It was a great experience.
Running off of what Jonathan said, my favorite courses have been my travel courses that I've taken. I took one last year for Costa Rica, which was more of a service trip. And then I took one this spring break for London, and I've loved those classes. Before we go, they kind of teach us some of the history. We plan out what we're going to do in our free time and over our time in general. And it's just awesome going across, country and everything and across seas and just immersing yourself in a different culture. So definitely an enjoyable one. If you have the chance, I definitely recommend.
What is some advice that you have for living on campus?
Some advice for living on campus for anyone that's out of state: don't overpack. You do not have to bring your whole room down. I promise you'll be able to get all your stuff in Wilson. I overpacked my first semester, and it was a pain to take everything back in one car, and I had to get my parents to come down and help me. So don't overpack.
So my biggest advice would be to use the library and also talk to your teachers, because there are gonna be times when you feel stressed out and you don't really know what's happening. So then it's just good to know where to go to, go through everything, and also who to contact to get more help. Because in the beginning, I think all of us are quite shy and we don't wanna ask people for favors, but it's just you really should get help as soon as you know that something's wrong.
Definitely, like when you get here, like talk to your neighbors and people you're around. You can make a lot of friends that way. Like, I'm friends with everyone on my floor because we all just like talk to each other and we all happen to get along. So definitely make the most of your situation and your experience, because it's all about what college is what you make it.
I've lived in East Campus Suites and Hilly. So I recommend both of them. Hilly is my favorite traditional residence hall. I'm a little biased, so very sorry. But it's also where you meet your best friends and you become super close to them.
So freshman year, or my first year, I lived in Waters Hall, which is a traditional residence hall, and the bathroom's in the middle. And then my sophomore and junior year, I lived in Hackney Hall, which is non-traditional, so I have my own room and own bathroom. And I've absolutely, like Taylor, loved every minute of living on campus. Like she said, you're constantly able to go, wherever you want. You're within a 5 minutes walk of the entire campus. And then from an RA's perspective, the RA is really there if you're struggling with anything, if you just need to talk to someone. So that's always nice to have, especially if you're living on campus. There's always somebody kind of looking out for you.
So living on campus, I started off in Wenger and then I moved to ECS. And in that first year of living in ECS, I met like 2 other roommates who weren't originally rooming with me. We decided to room together our second year, and these people are like my lifelong friends. We ended up moving off campus together and getting a house together as well. So I definitely would say take advantage of living off campus. You meet a lot of awesome people. You have a lot of great memories too with them. If I had to give a piece of advice for living on campus, I'd say just stay organized, keep a calendar planner with you, and just, write down all the things that you have to do in like a day or that you have throughout the week to stay on top of your stuff.
I live basically 10 minutes down the road from Barton, but I knew that going to Barton, I would need to have my own separate space. So living on campus was by far the best decision I made. I've met so many like close friends. I have 2 friends on my hall that are my nursing major friends. We study every night. And then half my team is on my hall, so it's really convenient to ask, do we have practice? And stuff like that. But advice I would give is if you don't have any friends like starting out, the easiest thing to do is just to open your door and yell like hello, and someone will come.
So last question, favorite food in the Culinary Center?
They make sushi bowls. They're really good. They're like sushi, but like if it was like a whole rice meal, it's so good. It's really good. Yeah.
Chicken nuggets. Nothing beats chicken nuggets in the Culinary Center. You know when it is chicken nugget day, because if someone else isn't screaming it, I am. And I'm telling all of my friends that there are chicken nuggets in the Culinary Center and they need to go in there and get them.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say breakfast, just because I absolutely love breakfast food and I have to have scrambled eggs and fresh fruit every morning, and the dining hall always provides that.
My favorite thing are the wings at late night. Nothing beats those. Those are so good.
I was gonna say the pepperoni pizza and the ice cream bar.
I gotta have to say grits, and y'all true Southerners know what I'm talking about there.